Hey guys and gals, it's Tox here with episode 3 on the how to model slash mod tutorial. This one is mostly going to be focusing on the modeling part of it. So using Blender, using the tools, how to use Arma 3 tools, etc. etc. For this episode, you will need to have Arma 3 samples installed. I'll show you why, but yeah, just install that real quick. It should be pretty fast. So let's see. I have this. So you really, before you want to design anything, you want to have a concept. You want to basically, like, what is it that you're trying to make? Just basically ask yourself that. Find reference pictures online and just then go for it. There's two different philosophies, as far as I know, on the way that you design something in Arma 3 for modeling. There's the people who just straight in, jump in, and design something and then scale it appropriately to whatever they're trying to make. And that's a fair, honestly, it's what I do sometimes. And then there's people who like import models from like the Arma 3 samples, which I'm about to show you, to get like a baseline, and then they kind of manipulate the model or they work around the model and they see how that fits from the start. Usually you'll work with the model anyways, even if you're just going straight into it, but it might take a little bit longer. Like it's up to you. Experiment, try your best, do whatever feels good to you. Okay. But for starters, I am going to be trying to design a face mask. And yeah, that's just trying to design a face mask. So let's see. I want to go to files, imports. You should see this right here, Arma 3, right here. Go to wherever you have your Arma 3 samples. Go to add-ons. Go to templates and bust. Bust is a face. It is just a head. Male right here is a three-dimensional guy with guns and bazookas and armor and everything. Man, skeleton? Probably just a skeleton. I have no idea. I've never actually used that one. So let's just get the bus real quick. There he is. Don't move him. Don't change it. It's very important that you leave him. Leave him where he is. I just pressed 1. Oh yeah, let me start. There you go. In the bottom right, you should see whatever buttons I'm clicking. Okay. So, first thing I want to do is go here, do vertical split down the middle. So now I have two different panels. And I want to put this one on the right orthographic view. So press 3. And I want to put this one on the first view. I want to zoom in to the face of the guy. I just got out of it on accident. Same thing here. Okay. Next thing's next. I want to do Control A. No, not Control A. Shift A. I want a plane. I'm going to press G, Z. Move the plane upwards. Touch its nose. Then do rotate Y 90. Sorry, that's wrong. Rotate X 90. Okay. Then we're going to go click on this one over here. Oh. Okay. G, and move it to where the nose is. Now, as you can see, that's a bit bigger than our face. So press S, and that's scale downwards. Get it to where you find that you're happy with it. I want mine to cover kind of his entire forehead and down to his chin. So raise up, scale up a little bit, raise downwards. Okay, now that we have a decent look for a model, we want to press A to select everything, and then we want to press Control A. Hey guys, it's Future Talks here. I just wanted to say that Past Talks right now is being a really big dum-dum. He's being an idiot. He's trying to use modifiers to see if they will actually work inside of Arma. Spoilers, they do not. The modifiers are the things you see in the bottom right corner. And you're going to see some funny stuff happening with them soon. They do not work. Don't try it. If you want to make a three-dimensional model out of a two-dimensional thing like I did here, you have to overlay the two-dimensional thing twice, then use the fill tool or something like that. I trust you guys. You guys are smart. Okay, I have to go. Take care. Stay safe out there. Back to present talks. Oh, what the chungus boy. Better. I have a few modifiers right now to make the mask thicker, and that's what I was messing around with here. For that, you just go into the wrench, and then you go to add modifier, and this modifier is called solidify. Right there. Yeah. Oh, that was an unexpected. There we go. So reset all of these. So what this will do is it will basically, when we put it into Arma, this is the position on the face where the mask will appear. If you did not do this, it's just going to appear at a random location, probably on your crotch. That's where it always appears for me whenever I don't do it. So just do it. It's easy, it's quick, it's going to save you so much pain. Okay, so now that we have our model, we have it set the way we want it, so with our modifiers on the face. This is not supposed to look amazing, so like if I really wanted to focus on this model, I would change a lot of stuff about it, but it's going to do for this. So next thing we want to do is create a UV map, and that's going to just let us it's going to be where we put our textures. It's going to be let us know like how well made this is. But before we want to do that, before we make the UV map, we want to make sure that the textures actually or the texture, that the model's actually fully made properly. Because you can actually make a model wrong and it could have really weird geometry, which Arma doesn't support. Luckily, it's a very quick fix. Okay, the thing I was talking about, by the way, that could mess up your model and could make Arma not work with it, is called Ngons. You want no Ngons on your model. They will ruin everything and give you a headache, but they're pretty easy to fix. You just go press tab, enter this editor mode, press faces, and then you do select all by trait, face by sides, and then right here, number of vertices, put 4 greater than, and as you can see, I am lucky that I have no Ngons on this model. But assuming I did, let's assume I did, I would go and press, after like in that menu, I'll just go press. Every Ngon will be highlighted if there is one. You just press Control T. That's it. Ngon mesh. Yeah. So, and that will triangulate your faces. That will fix any Ngons that might appear. Okay. The next part of this is going to be creating your seams and just, yeah, seams are basically, think about like seams on a football. It's like the little patches where 2 different textures meet. It's really useful. You can do it, let the AI do it for you. I am not going to suggest that you do that. I've tried it and I've had models break because of it, so I'm not going to teach it. But what I will teach is how to do seams manually. And then we're going to use these seams to create a UV map. We're going to see if our texture is stretched. We're going to fix that if it is. And then we're going to bring this into Adobe Surface Painter. There's other ways of using it, other ways of creating textures. I am not good at them, so I will not be teaching them. But there are other ways, and Adobe is free for like 30 days. So if that's what you're worried about, don't worry about that part. Okay, right here. So what you want to do is click on, so like go through here, click any point which you want to make a seam out of. I want to make a seam out of this. Mine is going to be a very simple model, so it's going to have really simple seams. The most simple I've ever worked with, which is very refreshing. Honestly, seams are probably the part I hate the most. Okay, now that we have that seam done, I want to go make seam. You see how it's in red now? Okay, now comes this part. This is going to be a separate seam. I don't want them to be touching at the moment. Right there. Okay. Control, right click, make seam. Okay. Honestly, this process can be kind of boring, but it will save you a lot of trouble in the long run. So, highly suggest you do not skip it. Okay, so that's done. Those seams are in. So basically, when I bring it into Adobe, I should have 5 different pieces that I can paint. I should have the entire face right here. I should have this inner part, and I should have the inner wall for both of these. And I want to do that because I'm going to make the face, I'm going to make this part like a black glass, and this part like kind of a chrome silver, most likely. Okay, so now that that's done, let's make the UV map. I am done with this, so I need to join. Oh, I haven't joined like that in a while. I forgot how to. There we go. Now we're gonna go into UV editor. Now that we're in UV editor, we want to go and unwrap. Oh, I didn't click.
There we go. So we can see the entire geometry. We have our two inner eyeball pieces, the outer rings, and then the face. Those are really the only things I'm going to be coloring, texturing, which are going to be different textures. Usually you want to make scenes wherever two new textures meet, or where, like, if you think about it as basically you're trying to open up like a... Just think of it as like seams of football is like the best example I can give you. Just two spots where two different or slightly different textures might meet. Just literally, like it's in the name, seams. Think of it as seams. It's like I'm not very good at explaining seams. And you'll see why, because I absolutely hate working with seams. It's one of my least favorite parts of modeling, is trying to work with this. Okay, so now that we have the UV map fully in here, and we know how it looks and everything, what we want to do now is see how, like, bad the model is. So, oof. Oh no, I don't like... so, basically, blue, good. Texture's gonna look really good. But the greener it gets, the more stretched the texture is gonna look. Normally, I would go through and fix this by triangulation, but it's inside the eye holes, and no one's gonna be looking there, so quite simply put, I can't be bothered. I know it sucks, I should probably do it, but I just really, that would be a lot of work for something no one's gonna see. Nah. Okay, so now that we have our model, we know how stretched it is, we have our UV map set and everything, we want to go in and, well, first off, delete this guy. We don't need him anymore. But he is going to cause us quite a bit of pain, so I'm going to go here and do just, where is it? There it is. Be done. Okay, so we still have the mask. You guys are still here? Why? Do you have any purpose? Nope, not just delete you. Okay. So, remember when we did the whole reset this thing, the location, rotation, scale, all that? Do it again. Honestly, just do this, watch as physically possible. It's going to help you out so much. And you won't have the problem I did. Now I want to rename this from... How am I going to name it? Mask 1. Usually people, and I would also recommend making multiple of these, a low-end texture one and a high-end texture one, or even more, like low, medium, and high. Like have the low one as 2K, have the high one as a 4K model. But those, it's not very hard to do that, and it just takes more time, a lot more time on my part to do. So I'm going to skip that part and just make a high-end model, a 4K model, to try getting this done, because as you can see down here, I had some stuff pop up yesterday, so I'm recording this unbelievably late. So I want to get this done as soon as possible before I pass out. So I apologize for that. Of course, if you want to see that in another episode, in like the final episode, you want to know how to make that low-end model, there's plenty of YouTube videos out there. Some of them don't do the best job. So I'll be happy to revisit it, but right now I'm just tired. So next part is texturing. But before we go on to making our texture map, or not texture map, our, technically our texture maps, we want to go down to this little icon right here, which is your materials. We want to add a new material, and we want to, white, RV mat, what's this one? White, material, and name it mask 1. Okay. Okay, so now that we have the material set up, the mask 1, next thing to do is to export it into Adobe Surface Painter and paint it and export it. that will be in the next episode, because there's actually quite a lot of stuff to do there. There's whole presets I need to show you how to make, and there is a certain way I like painting it, which I'm going to show you. I might even make a primer on how to use Adobe Surface Painter before that one. You'll see in the next episode. So thank you guys so much for listening to this, being here. If there's any comments you want to leave me, any ways I can improve, I'm more than happy to read them. I'm always happy to find ways of improving. I'm by far not the best at this, by a mile, by country mile. But just trying my best out here. Leave me any comments, any questions. Like and subscribe if you enjoy this content. Hope you guys have a nice one. See you on the other side.